I am joined by my guests at this hour, former Indian cricketer Ashok Malhotra and sports broadcaster Prakash Makankar join me on the show. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show. Ashok, 251 is the highest run chase in Centurion. Do you think right now India would look to add another perhaps 100 runs more and then declare?
Yeah, they might do that to be on the safe side. But the fact is, rain is also looming. So somewhere along the line, they have to think about it when they want to declare. As you said, history says that nobody has got past 250 mark. So definitely they'll have to do a little bit of thinking, and maybe they'll have to accelerate a bit. I don't think you can play the Pujaras way. Somewhere along the line, maybe Rishabh Pant might be promoted and all that. 300 should be a fair enough target. 300 should be good enough target. So maybe another up till T, maximum up till T, and then you should ask them to come in and bat and probably hope that rain gods stay away.
Prakash, given that there is rain prediction, until what time do you think should India bat today and then declare?
It's difficult to say, isn't it? I mean, Ashok just mentioned, and I don't disagree with it. The fact of the matter is how much and how quickly will South Africa let India score. The morning session was classic attritional test match cricket. The ball was new, it was hard, etc., etc. Now that the afternoon session will hopefully see the ball a bit softer, I think India will probably look to go for the runs. But at the same time, what they don't want is a 7-wicket collapse like we saw on the third morning. So I think India will have to just balance it a little bit. Virat Kohli is there. Pujara is battling for his position and his life in many ways. So hopefully India will get past T and maybe then put the South Africans in. I don't disagree with Ashok at all.
Ashok, would you say the kind of spice that the South Africans extracted from the wicket yesterday, they were unable to get it this morning, even though they have kept the Indian batsmen on a tight leash?
Yes, they have. They bowled well, if you ask me, and there is a lot of life in the wicket still. If Indian batters who are world-class batters, if they are struggling against this, I would say, pedestrian bowling attack, except for Rabada, then surely South Africans going to find it very, very tough against the world-class Indian bowling. So my thing is, you have to once you throw your bat around, runs will flow. But if you hang around, if you keep blocking, I know it is not an easy wicket to say. For me, it is very easy to sit and talk about it. But somewhere along the line, you will have to have some kind of a game plan, how to go ahead with it. Because you cannot bat, say, 1 hour after tea and then 1 hour before the end of the day's play, you make them play and then hope that tomorrow it doesn't rain. Because normally their forecasts are true, so it is, so somewhere along the line, you will have to think about it. I don't know what Rahul and Virat will decide, but I would say maybe they'll
have to start thinking now, perhaps
before after lunch, and then go for it.
Prakash, the moment of the morning for me was that dropped catch of Cheteshwar Pujara, Kagiso Rabada. Priceless expression there. Would you think that? Would you say that the South Africans will be made to rue that mischance?
Well, I'm actually looking at it a little more poetically, Rika. For someone who's taken so many blows for India over the years, that one bit of luck, I think, was okay. It was deserved. But yes, he's got to make the most of it. He's not looking anywhere near the Pujara we know. That solidity is not quite there. And Ashok, you can talk more about the technical aspects. But I think that, it just shows once again the frailties of cricket. One of the most outstanding athletic sportsmen on the field, dropping that fairly straightforward catch, can happen. Virat Kohli surviving an umpire's call.
Right.
So you need that bit of luck, but India have got to make it count.
Ashok, both Pujara and Kohli have enjoyed fair bit of luck this morning, and perhaps they now have to bat with more authority in the second session.
Absolutely. They both are. One is trying to score probably 100 after a couple of years, and the other is trying to save his position in the side. as Prakash said, he's taken a lot of blows for India. He's been a wonderful, wonderful servant for a Indian team. But I think there's always a Rika shelf life. So I don't know whether Pujara's shelf life is over or Rahane's shelf life is over. That only time will tell. But the fact is, the guys sitting on the bench are pushing them very, very hard. So it is a reprieve for Pujara. I hope he cashes it.
It's a reprieve for Pujara. We'll have to see how he is able to convert this slight bit of luck that he has. Let's talk a little bit about KL Rahul. He scored 123 in the first innings. He looked like he was set for another big one. Would you say, Prakash, that he just got a little bit impatient?
I personally believe that little blow on the thumb certainly must have disrupted his concentration. He was otherwise once again looking in that monk-like mode. He's become the kind of player in recent times we saw in England as well, where his concentration seems to be brilliant. He knows exactly where his off stump is. Leaving the ball is a skill that he seems to be getting better and better at. And I think it was just a momentary lapse. Maybe the injury played a role, but that was quite an uncharacteristic shot. Not dissimilar to the one that Ben Stokes played in that Ashes Test. It was actually just a gentle nudge. It couldn't really get any momentum on it, and it was a straightforward catch at first slip. And Rahul will be unhappy with it.
Okay, before we close out this discussion, let me get some predictions going. Ashok, how many runs do you expect India to score in the next session?
I think India should score close to 80 to 90. Okay. I think they will retire by at the total of 300. I think that should be enough, and that should be their target.
Right, another 80 odd runs, 80 or 90 odd runs, and then India will perhaps look to declare to be able to win the Centurion Test as early as possible, given that there are predictions of rain on the 5th and final day. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast at this hour.